Hey everybody, this is something I've been wanting to get out for some time now, a video that might help you. I think it might help a lot of people that don't really know they have it. It's a condition where you have an allergy to caffeine. In my early 20s, I really liked coffee. I drank a lot of coffee. I still like it, but I noticed that when I drank coffee, it just felt like I was almost going crazy, like within half an hour. And the more I drank, the crazier it made me feel. And there's been ups and downs with my intake of caffeine and coffee over the years, and I still struggle with not drinking coffee because I like it so much. But I really do believe that I have an allergy to caffeine, and I think a lot of people out there are being misdiagnosed with conditions like, I don't know, maybe ADHD or just all kinds of mental illnesses, anxiety, like mania, schizophrenia. Anyways, let me just read something I pulled up online after I talked to somebody and they thought, no, you're fine. And I thought, no, I'm not. I think there's something to this. There's something to caffeine making me feel crazy inside and not feel good and not feel right. And I just don't know how to explain it. So I did look it up and I found this article on dryourself.com. You can just Google it, dryourself.com, and look up caffeine allergy. Anyways, I'll put a link below the video where you can see this article. Anyways, here it is. dryourself.com. How much mental illness is an allergy to caffeine? Caffeine allergy, past disorder or present epidemic, by Ruth Whalen, medical laboratory technician, Cape Cod, Massachusetts, USA. With the upswing of chemical imbalance disorders that surfaced in the latter 20th century, many researchers frantically attempt to unravel the brain's intricate clockworks. In turn, as the number of persons suffering with mental issues mount, it seems that doctors, pressed for time, are quick to refer patients to psychiatrists. Failing to request a medical physical, many psychiatrists hand out medications, often masking the underlying physical problem. People have overlooked two simple but deleterious factors: 1,3,7 trimethylhexanthine and allergy, basically caffeine allergy. It is medical knowledge that the longer a person is exposed to a drug, the higher the chances are for developing a tolerance and an allergy to the substance. Once this happens, caffeine allergic persons can't properly metabolize caffeine, which is rapidly absorbed by all organs and distributed into intracellular compartments and extracellular water. Mentioned in a 1936 article by doctors McManamy and Shube, a young woman allergic to caffeine presented with altering states of delirium and mania, resembling schizophrenia. After the recorded case, allergy documentation becomes rare, and not surprisingly. The drug's stimulating properties masks its allergy symptoms. Circulating adrenaline, epinephrine, increases in caffeine-consuming persons. In its synthetic form, epinephrine is the drug of choice for anaphylactic reactions, halting allergic reactions. But added to a stimulant reaction, excess adrenaline may induce delusions, and the breakdown of some adrenaline byproducts mimics symptoms of schizophrenia. Brain levels increase proportionately with dosage. In allergic persons, each cup of coffee, cola, tea, every piece of chocolate, and any ingested caffeine products intensifies toxic psychosis. Half-life increases. Subsequent doses, including minute amounts, act as a bolus. Cells are poisoned, including neurons. Symptoms of cerebral allergy can range from minimal reactions such as lack of comprehension and inability to focus, to severe psychotic states such as delusions, paranoia, and hallucinations. In my case, I can really relate to the lack of comprehension and inability to focus. It just seems like my brain's gone, and I just kind of have that crazy feeling. I don't know if it's just kind of like a manic, crazy, not totally like schizophrenia, but I feel just, a little bit schizophrenic in my mind. I don't feel right. And I know it's something, and it's not me. I'm not going crazy. It's the caffeine. Okay, so symptoms can range from minimal reactions such as lack of comprehension, inability to focus, severe psychotic states such as delusions, paranoia, hallucinations. It's known that amphetamine psychosis can't be disguised from schizophrenia. With a caffeine allergic person's inability to eliminate continually ingesting caffeine, neurotransmitter levels, including dopamine and adrenaline, quickly increase. Cells rapidly absorb the drug. Dopamine increases proportionately to the amount of stress. The higher the adrenaline level, the greater the increase in dopamine. Serotonin also increases. Dopamine and serotonin decrease during partial toxic withdrawal states, but as long as caffeine remains in the toxic body, neurotransmitters never adjust to the victim's natural state. Toxicity is known to cause excitement, agitation, restlessness, shifting states of consciousness, and toxic psychosis, mimicking amphetamine psychosis. Allergic individuals may be erroneously diagnosed, medicated, and lost in a dark, disturbed world until death. Folks, this is real. People are misdiagnosed with mental illness because they have an allergy to caffeine. Seriously. Adenosine receptors are blocked by caffeine, maintaining neural firing. Persons remain excited and often euphoric. Caffeine toxicity may be mistaken for bipolar disorder. Symptoms include chattiness, repetitive thought and action, resembling obsessive compulsive disorder or OCD, restlessness, psychomotor agitation, alternating moods, anger, impulsiveness, aggression, omnipotence, delirium, buying sprees, lack of sexual inhibition, and loss of values. Allergy can mimic attention deficit disorder, ADD. As far back as 1902, T.D. Crothers noted that many caffeine-consuming children exhibit precocity and functional exaltation. Caffeine poisoning may also resemble schizophrenia. One woman's conversational topics wandered from subject to subject. She screamed and believed that she was in prison. Natural judgment was impaired. In 1931, a truck driver brought to the hospital in a confused and irritable condition complained of being attacked by flies. Flies were never present. Examination revealed that he'd consumed large amounts of cola. One gentleman ended his political speech with predictions and threats out of the ordinary for his personality, stunning the audience. Another case describes a man who imagined himself very wealthy and assumed that his mental state was normal. Caffeine toxicity may also masquerade as depression and anxiety. In 1925, Powers described nervousness, visual problems, and dizziness. In patients he discovered suffered from caffeine toxicity. In 1974, caffeine-toxic patients experiencing the same symptoms were erroneously admitted to a psychiatric hospital for treatment of anxiety. In other studies, depression and anxiety are also correlated with caffeine intake. In several reports, patients diagnosed with anxiety disorder experienced panic attacks with ingestion of caffeine. One study reveals that 6 persons improved with caffeine cessation and remained improved for at least 6 months. Other reports reveal that some persons not afflicted with panic disorder experienced panic attacks with intravenously administered caffeine. Written materials on panic disorder symptoms and anaphylactic symptoms do not clearly differentiate between the two. Paresthesia, pins and needle sensations, a feeling of choking, hyperactive symptoms, chest pains, and hyperventilation, amongst other symptoms, are common in both conditions. They are also common in many caffeine-consuming persons. This suggests that caffeine allergy may be responsible for many cases of panic disorder, in which case panic attacks in allergic individuals are suppressed anaphylactic reactions, mimicking ADHD and panic disorder. They have to get up and run, and I think I'm losing my mind feelings. Yeah. Brought about by increased neurotransmitter levels associated with the fight or flight syndrome. Wow. And it goes on and on. I'm not going to read the entire study here, but I will post the link to this article below the video so that you can read up on it. Anyways, caffeine can cause all kinds of problems, and if you think about it, it's readily available, it's legal, and you get it every morning at the convenience store or the coffee drive-thru. And who knows, if you're having troubles with concentration or you feel a lot of anxiety, panic attacks, you just don't feel right in the head, like, oh, if I could just settle down my thoughts and everything would be okay. Maybe it's because you are allergic to caffeine and you have a problem. Maybe you just need to cut it out of your diet for a while and see if cessation will help your problems. Anyways, I know it works for me. I'm acutely aware of the fact that I have an allergy to caffeine, and if I consume it in any large amount, it makes me feel like I'm just going crazy, like I can't concentrate, can't focus, I have anxiety, a lot of panic attacks, and it's quickly eliminated by cutting out coffee and caffeine, lots of cola, especially like Mountain Dew and things of that nature. Chocolate's the hard one because I really love chocolate. But anyways, I would suggest that anyone that is struggling with any kind of a mental disorder where they feel like they have anxiety, panic attacks, they just feel like they're going a little bit crazy, cut caffeine out of your diet completely for like a week and see what happens, right? Okay. Leave your comments in the feedback. If you try it and it works, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, Rapidtronics. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this helps somebody. I know it's helped me a lot. And I wasn't going crazy. I was allergic to caffeine. Seriously. Maybe you've got the same problem. Who knows? Try it and find out. All right. Peace.